Hello, ma'am. Good morning.
Very good morning, Anushka. How are you doing, Anushka?
I'm doing great. How about you?
I'm also fine, Anushka. Yes, Anushka, today we are going to talk on interesting topics. I met your mother. Now I realize she's your mother. I didn't know that she was your mother because she had been taking classes from me and she told me you had exams also. So, how were your exams, Anushka? How was your, uh, exams and how did it go?
My exams went really well. I did great in the exams, I would say. And I wrote everything that I studied. And I wish that the result would be as great as I had studied.
Okay, so you will get good marks. See, now let us discuss a few things because we are talking about exams and everything. And you would have you ever delved into the Prime Minister's topic of Prime Minister has a talk, no, Man Ki Baat. Have you heard his speeches anytime?
No, ma'am. I have heard about this Man Ki Baat, and there is one thing as well, Pariksha Pe Charcha.
Hmm.
This was going on. My pre-annuals were there, so I could not take out time. And now only I am free from these exams, and yesterday was my last exam.
Oh, that was wonderful. So, how were your papers? You are going to come in 10th standard, right now? Yes. So let me ask you a few questions. Usually 10th boards, everybody is stressing out. What is your belief in that? How do you handle that stress?
I think that it everybody stresses about 10 board just because they haven't studied from the starting, and they think that now boards are around the corner and now we have to start. But what I feel is that we should not stress about that and study from the start
Mm-hmm.
and be consistent with everything. Like then we don't have to do only study. We can balance out everything with hobbies and also going for trips and outings. And we can also do other things and we can pursue something new in our life as well. So it's not about stressing. And I think that if we are consistent, there would be no sign of stress.
Oh, that is wonderful. So you handle it because you pre-plan things for you. How important is daily routine for you during your school days? Do you really regularly follow that?
I think that I don't regularly follow that. It's more set in my biological clock. It's up to me that what I do. But if I have a regular routine, then I feel like my day has been productive. I have done everything like my homework, my self study sessions, and also I have spent time with my family. And if I talk about that, if I don't have any schedule, so I just go with the flow sometimes because there is more time to plan the day. But what I feel is that my day is already planned because I wake up early in the morning, I do self study, and after that, when I go to school and come back, I take a 1 hour break. There is 1 hour gap between going to tuition. So then I go to tuition, and when I come back from the tuition classes, I have a half an hour break and I prepare coffee for me sometimes. And if I like that there is something for munching snacks, so I have that. And after that, I do my homework. And this is how my day goes. And
Sometimes, yeah, complete it. Then I'll ask you a question.
and after that, I read my books in the night before going to bed.
Okay, so sometimes we might be like, oh man, I'm done with the routines. I want a break. I want a me time.
Yeah.
So, have you ever felt like that during your exams or after that or before that? Oh, me time. And do you look forward to the vacations that are coming up once the main boards are over or exams are over?
Yes, ma'am. I really look forward to these vacations because now that is the time when I reset myself. I do things like by pursuing my hobbies, and I also do drawing and play guitar and also play with my youngest cousin. She is really cute and I love to play with her. So that is why I look forward to these vacations. And if I talk about me time, then I really love me time, and sometimes I skip some homework as well for my me time. For example, if the teacher's period is not in the next day, upcoming day, so I think that I will do it later. First of all, I will give time to myself, then do that later.
Yeah, so we do, even sometimes we feel, every day I'm working. So once I feel I just don't want to do anything, but it is sometimes not possible to escape like that in life. Like
Yeah.
certain routines, we don't get any help. We have to do it for ourselves or for others. Sometimes it does take a toll on you. So traveling is the best way to go out. Do you
Yeah.
prefer traveling and going out, or staying at home and reading a book and doing nothing? Because you have a choice. See, you still have parents who can give you food if you want. You can get a choice. See, when I was small, I did not I was an average student because I did not put in too much of efforts. After 8th, I realized that studies are very important, because to be very honest, we had Malayalam in Kerala. So
Okay.
it used to be very scary for me to because once we had in our time, when we fail in one subject, we have to repeat the whole year. So like
Okay.
that in Malayalam also they made us stay, because we were North Indians, and we were born and brought up in Kerala. But my mother did not know to teach me good Malayalam. She bought a book and all. She tried, but she did not. So we used to go for tuitions, and tuition teachers will not teach properly. Maybe we won't learn properly. So what was happening was, learning Malayalam was a big task, and that created a lot of problems. I used to get punished and I had to write poems. If I don't get marks, the teacher used to make me write it 5 times and 10 times. Now I realize why the teacher was that time. I was also as a child, I never used to realize and understand that. So, speaking in Malayalam was a difficult task for me. Second thing is, they made me repeat it. So, I was very scared of exams. I never knew how to deal with the problems and all. So, I used to be affected till seventh. I had that problem. People get scared, nervous.
Yeah.
Students, at that time, we did not have any mental health help, or, nobody used to understand. Now, in school, you have all these choices. We
Yes,
did
yes.
not have in our time.
Yeah.
So the thing was, it affected me, and I was not being able to say. But after eighth, I had a self realization. As you grow up, so I set my timetable. I put in a lot of effort, and I scored a distinction in 10th standard. So that was one of the happiest moment in my life, that I can do something. I got more confident that I did it. So teachers also have such stories, Anushka. Everyone has their stories, isn't it? So
Yeah.
how do you think you are studying well, you're a great student, Anushka. How do you help your friends, or do you always be competitive? No, I have to score first. I am, and are you a little secretive about, no, I didn't study anything, and then you score good marks? How is it? There are many
I
people.
help.
So even I was very this thing, that I don't want to tell that I studied everything, because I was lacking confidence. That was my reason. It is not that I didn't want to tell my friends, but I had a self doubt. That's why I was saying, no, I don't know. I'll try to write it. That's all I used to say. But then when I scored a distinction, people used to think, oh, she's not telling. It was not like that, because what I underwent in the past, that affected me a lot. So what about you?
If I talk about that, I am secretive. I think that I'm not, because what happens is that I just revise what the teacher has taught us in the school only, so that I imbibe that knowledge on that particular day. And when it comes for the time for exams, so I revise it a little bit, and when my friends ask that have you studied, then I gave them a clear cut answer that yeah, I have studied, or I have studied a little bit, but I'm not secretive. And because there is a stereotype that those who are toppers or those who score really well, they say that I didn't study, but they score really good marks. And if I talk about helping my friends, yeah, I help my friends whenever I get any resource. For example, it was our science annual exam, and I got 2 to 3 previous year question paper. So I shared it with them, and they were really grateful that I shared it with them. And they also said that you are not like others, that no, I don't have any resources. I'm studying on my own. I'm studying it from this book. You can purchase it, and you share everything.
Yeah, I had a earlier we had one girl throughout our school life, from first standard, she was our class leader because everybody voted for her only. She was very kind, nice, a true character, beautiful girl, and lovely personality. So from first to 10th, we chose her as a class leader whenever, because she was throughout with me in the class. And even though divisions changed, we were together. And another thing that I observed with that girl was, she never had any ego, arrogance, or any ill feeling towards others. And then she became a school leader. But even now, after so many years, we have a school group, WhatsApp group has started in our times. But if we don't do the homework, I remember third standard borrowing a homework and telling, please let me, I didn't do it. So I was a careless student because of these issues that I was undergoing. I was scared of studies, basically. But
Okay.
I overcame it after eighth standard. I realized it and I started doing it on my own. So that was, everyone has their own different self-realization timing.
Yes, ma'am.
So sometimes it should not be very late, is what I feel. Parents, and my parents were very sweet. They never forced me into anything. They never scolded me for anything. So maybe somewhere parents being strict is not a bad thing. I wish they could have told me, okay, sit and study, do this, they would have, but they have never done that. They will given me the freedom. But that freedom has helped me a lot. But still, somewhere, there are many children, no, who don't like their parents to be strict.
Yeah,
What do you
exactly.
say on that? What do you think? Should parents be a little strict because they are having good wishes for you? And as I know you, I think you don't mind even if your mother scolds you a bit. I was a very strict parent, but I became a very strict because I realized that when my parents didn't correct me, I could have done better and I would have faced lot of less issues. Because in school, the bullying goes on. If you're a weak student, people don't look at you, people ignore you, right?
Yes, ma'am.
What do you say on that?
I would say that this parent should be a little bit strict according to their child personality.
How much of independence is good for you? Like, and how much of pulling by your parents is good? Like, what do you say? What is a balance we should have?
The balance is that our parents should let us make our own choices, be it about choosing our subject, our stream, and the control that the parent should have is about our screen time and what we are studying, how we are studying, and they should also talk to us about those things like how we are planning to continue our studies and what we'll do in the future, and they should also give advice. And if I talk about strictness, there should be strictness because I have seen many of my friends, those whose parents are not strict, they are just like they are on their own. They don't study, they watch reels, they open social media and just get trapped in that, and they don't study well. So overall it affects them only. So the parent should be strict, but too much strictness is not good. And if I talk about my case,
Too much of control. Instead of strictness, you can
yeah,
say too much of overbearing parents are also not good, right? There
yes,
should be a
ma'am.
balance. Yeah.
Yeah. And
Mm.
in my case, my father is not like you should study too much, you have to score this much. He's okay with everything. He knows, he has confidence in me that whatever I am doing, I am correct, and he has faith in me. And my mother, as she's always with me and she's at home, so she knows about me. So she sometimes control me by saying don't use laptop or you should study from books, and also she restricts me from having junk food so that I am healthy.
Okay,
So
sometimes, do you like to
yeah,
binge on junk food? Maybe it's okay, right? We feel like binging on junk food
yeah,
sometimes when there's a lot of stress, we feel like, okay, let me have a cheese, or burger, or a pizza.
yes,
So,
ma'am.
what do you feel about it?
I
Do
feel
you,
that once in a while it's okay, but too much of everything is bad. So we should not have too much of junk food. Instead, we should try something alternatives that we can try cooking it on our own or having a healthier alternative for that and do it on our own so that it would feel like we are doing it and it is making us healthy.
Yeah, very true. So, a lot of things in life we have to follow up, we have to take
Yes.
care. And early on, when we understand and realize, so see, you are quite a mature girl. And today, I'm very happy that you tried to use a lot of sentences like go with the flow, stereotypes, go with the flow, stereotypes. These are all the correct words and phrases required for such a topic. Now, exam, stress. I have experienced that because, as I told you already, like 8th, 9th, 10th, I realized we have to study. So I used to put in too much of stress. And I remember my cousin was very naughty. He could study in the morning also and write an exam. For the whole year, he won't study, but in that 2 hours, he will study and go and write the exam. He would just read it once and he had such good attention. He was very intelligent that way. Morning, he'll wake up at 5 o'clock, read everything, all the notes, and he will go and write and he will pass. But I was not like that. I put in a lot of effort. Once I realized, I used to be very regular of not missing, but that there was a stress in me because of those experiences. So
Yeah.
how do you think a student can handle stress, as you are writing exams now? And in our times, we did not have YouTube or anything to help us out to study. We had to search for books, we had to ask for books, we had to go to the library and get books. It was so difficult. And even when we used to get books in school in the new year, we had to go and buy the textbooks, but notebook list was given, so we had to go and buy the notebook. So covering everything, we used to do it on our own. So what do you think of, how do you handle things like
So if I talk about stress,
stress? Yeah, the word stress is so scary for kids. Anxiety
yeah,
issues, you would have seen some students in your school also facing
yeah.
such things. So how can we help them?
When I heard this word for the first time, stress, I was like, how a small or how a young student can go through stress during exams, because I myself haven't gone through this kind of situation. But as I have seen my classmates, they go through stress. They have studied everything. I know them that the whole year they have studied with me, but at the end or when we are about to give exam, they feel like I don't know anything. What will I do? So I just calm down them and tell them
Calm
some
them down.
motivate.
I calm
Calm.
them down.
Okay, I calm them and tell them some breathing exercise or motivate them by saying that you have studied every day and consistently, so you'll do good. But if I talk about stress, then one thing I would say is that we should do some anything we are doing consistently to avoid stress, be it about exam or anything like playing guitar. Also, because of stage fear, they also many person face stage fear and stress about that because they haven't practiced in
No, but
front of.
I'll cut you short here. Sorry for that. Anushka, when see now your parents are very enthusiastic, encouraging. You yourself are self motivated. Everybody is not self motivated. They don't have proper guidance. Like you might be having your own goals that I want to take an IAS or IFS. You know everything about it, but there are people who have parents are not that educated.
Yeah,
They're quite good enough, wealthy, they have their own business. So somewhere there won't be proper guidance also. There won't be proper counselors who can help you. In our time, we did not have many counselors or anybody who can guide us and help us like what you have. You can even clear your doubts through chat GPT now. Just
yeah,
put in what course should I do, what are the different career options for this course or this subject. But we
yes,
did not have that knowledge, and we really wish, that I also still wish. See, I was actually working for airlines and everything. Then there are a lot of times where we have to make career changes, career choices. We have to have choosing a lot of things in life. So as life we grow up, we face a lot of things. So
yeah,
exam, but one thing I would like to say, if I had the chance, I would reduce the burden of exams as such. How would
yeah.
you reduce the burden? Do you think we should completely stop the exams, or we should have exams, but how do we manage it?
If I talk about this, exams are really good that we test our knowledge through what we have learned throughout the year, but there should not be too many exams. For example, in my school there are four PAs and then half yearly, then annuals, and
Yeah.
in between there are tests as well which are conducted by the subject teacher itself, and this puts us under pressure. And what if I talk about the burden, reducing the burden, it should be reduced, and the way it should be reduced should like there should be two PAs, one before the half yearly and one before the annual, so that we can go with the flow and we can also pursue our hobbies and whatever we like. Because I have seen that, and I have also experienced that because of these exams, we are not able to do things we like. We have to study every time. We can't give time to our families also and to friends as well. We have a particular monotonous routine that we have to do this, we have to do that. So the
Yeah.
burden should be reduced.
Yeah, in foreign countries, I've seen like I do. I have students. Sometimes earlier also, I had students from like UK and all by USA and all. Their curriculum is so
Yeah.
general that by till fifth standard they don't have any exams. But
Yes, ma'am.
you know one thing now. See, I have an experience of 13 years, and I do take you granted that he doesn't have exams. So he just reads and a lot of spelling errors, and he has changed, but actually he's a very intelligent child, but he acts as if he's forced to study. So that is also not right.
Yes,
I
ma'am.
personally believe every lesson that is over, there should be one simple test on that. And if people don't know, they should be taught again. What I find in schools these days, one thing the teachers and the principal or whoever it is at his fault is that they have too many programs. The teachers have to finish certain set of portions by this month, that month,
Yes, ma'am.
and they have to cover up that portions.
Yes.
So too many activities are necessary. So the government can bring a method where every lesson after it is over, a teacher should decide a day and take a test for everyone, and those who have not understood, again a re-practice can be done. Not a
Yes, ma'am.
retest, a re-practice. Okay, you got it wrong, work here. So they get thorough with the lesson.
Yeah.
That is the simple way to go. There is no, and maybe a final exam with 2 to 3 lessons or 5 lessons maximum. Like they put in 6 lessons and 10 lessons for half yearly, post. It's too much and it is unnecessary also, right?
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
So these are the ideas we all have. How do you agree to my idea? Do you think it's a good way, or we should have post midterm?
The sentence structure ordering, I have to uh, focus on these things.
You can be an eloquent speaker. Can I write that? You
Yeah.
want to be an eloquent speaker, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So I've filled your form like that. Okay. So that was wonderful. I hope your exams went well. We discussed a lot of points, and you were giving excellent points on what you feel about school, exams, and be a nice girl, Anushka. Always try to help people who are bullied more. There are people who will be body shamed in school. There are people who will be ragged. There are people who will be insulted in school. So, as a good student, as a mature student, I think you are a person who can help and understand others' needs. So always be kind, soft spoken, that you are a mature girl. And of course, I'm very happy that you use wonderful phrases. I hope you enjoyed the session. How did
Yes,
you
ma'am.
enjoy? So do watch Pariksha Pe Charcha and do listen to certain tips that our Prime Minister gives to the students. Marks are not the only thing in life. There
Yes,
will be
ma'am.
changes in you. There will be some important changes coming in life. Sometimes our focus will change, but how to bring back our focus, how to balance is very important in life. It's what we think that comes in the life, right?
Yes,
So have
ma'am.
a great time. See you soon in more classes. Have a happy holiday.